Yellow eyebrow monster. A monster with considerable ambition. The 53rd and 54th trials of the 81 Calamities. Protagonist, yellow eyebrow demon. Weapon, golden gong human bag short soft wolf fang club. Characteristics, the yellow eyebrow monster is extremely powerful, even making Sun Wukong flee and cry. His immense strength matches his grand ambitions. Weaknesses, overconfident and reckless. Yellow brow demon sports a disheveled look with wild hair, a broad mouth, sharp teeth, a big nose and distinctive yellow eyebrows. He audaciously impersonates the Buddha, and after being exposed by Sun Wukong, self-proclaimed himself Yellow Brow Old Buddha. Unlike other demons who merely mimic deities, Yellow Brow Demon goes all out. He builds a little thunderclap temple on his mountain, mimicking the real Thunder Temple. He decorates it with his minions disguised as various divine figures, creating an illusion of grandeur. Yellow Brow Demon is not interested in Tang Seng's flesh. His grand ambition is to replace Tang Seng's party, journey to the west, and attain Buddhahood as a true Buddha. Tang Seng bows to the monster. Winter ends and spring returns, with willows lining the banks and peach blossoms in vibrant bloom. Tang Seng and his group are enjoying a rare moment of relaxation, taking in the picturesque scenery, when they suddenly spot a towering mountain that seems to touch the sky. Tang Seng, gazing at the mountain and unsure of its height, asks Sun Wukong, "How high is this mountain?" From afar it seems to reach the heavens and pierce the azure sky. While Sun Wukong is renowned for his martial skills and magical powers, he is also well versed in classical literature. He counters his master with the ancient verse, "Only the heavens are above, no mountain is equal to them," explaining that despite its great height, the mountain does not actually reach the sky. Zubaji, hearing this, was confused and asked, "If the mountain doesn't reach the sky, why is Kunlun Mountain called the Pillar of Heaven?" Sun Wukong explained, "Since ancient times the sky doesn't extend to the northwest. Kunlun is located in the northwest, which represents the top of the sky, and thus is called the Pillar of Heaven." While Tang Seng and his companions were engaged in this discussion, the yellow brow monster was growing increasingly impatient. The yellow brow monster had originally been a servant of Maitreya Buddha. Seizing the opportunity on the third day of the third month, when Maitreya Buddha was attending a meeting with the primeval lord, the yellow brow monster took some treasures and descended to the mortal realm to become a demon. Although he had become a demon, the yellow brow monster had great ambitions. No longer content to be a mere servant or a minor demon, he aspired to become a true Buddha. Upon arriving in the mortal realm, he chose a high mountain, impenetrable even to deities, and built a little thunderclap temple modeled after the Buddha's abode. He gathered a group of lesser demons, transforming them into various Buddhist figures and attendants, relishing his role as a pseudo-Buddha. When he learned that Tang Seng and his companions would be passing through, he saw this as a rare opportunity and decided not to miss it. The yellow brow monster took on the appearance of the Buddha, seated on a grand throne in the main hall, and had his demons transformed into various arhats, standing on either side of the platform, awaiting Tang Seng and his group to come in. Sure enough, upon seeing the thunderclap temple sign, Tang Seng dismounted his horse in haste and rushed forward to bow, even scolding Sun Wukong for almost delaying his audience with the Buddha. Sun Wukong, not annoyed, merely smiled and reminded him, "The sign clearly has 4 characters, why did you only read 3? Tang Seng, trembling, looked more closely and after steadying himself said, "The 3,000 Buddhas are not all in the Western bliss world. Avalokiteshvara is in the South Sea, Samantabhadra is on Mount Ma, and Manjushri is on Mount Wutai. Which Buddha's domain is this?" He then attempted to enter. Sun Wukong stopped him, warning that the place was likely dangerous and that they should not enter. If something went wrong, he should not be blamed for not warning him. Tang Seng paid no heed to Sun Wukong's warnings, dismissing them with, "Don't worry, I won't blame you." The master and his disciples were arguing at the mountain gate, one wanting to enter, the other trying to prevent it. Inside, the yellow brow demon grew impatient and called out, "Tang Seng, you've come from the east to visit our Buddha. Why are you being so disrespectful? Hearing the Buddha's voice, Tang Sung disregarded Sun Wukong's advice and immediately bowed down. Zubaji and Xuanzang followed suit, both kneeling beside him. Only Sun Wukong, holding the horse, did not bow at all. Tang Sung, Zubaji, and Xuanzang proceeded into the main hall where they saw the Buddha and the arhats. They continued to bow, eventually reaching the yellow-browed demon. The yellow-browed demon, seated on the platform, was furious to see Sun Wukong refusing to kneel. He shouted, "Why isn't Sun Wukong bowing before the Buddha?" Sun Wukong took a closer look and realized it was a real demon impersonating the Buddha. He drew his Jin Gu Bang and roared, "You vile creature, how dare you impersonate the Buddha and tarnish the name of the Tathagata?" Without further ado, he swung his staff at the yellow-browed demon. Anticipating this move, the yellow-browed demon quickly threw down a golden gong, trapping Sun Wukong inside it. Seeing their elder brother captured, Zubaji and Xuanzang sprang into action, drawing their weapons to fight. Unfortunately, they were quickly overpowered by the demons disguised as arhats and captured. Even Tang Sung was bound. The yellow-browed demon, satisfied with his success, revealed his true form and had his minions carry Tang Sung to the back courtyard. He planned to let Sun Wukong rot in the golden gong for 3 days, then cook Tang Sung, Zubaji and Xuanzang for a meal. The small demons collected the horse, robes, hat and luggage as well. This was the 53rd trial of Tang Sung's journey to the west, the danger of the little thunderclap temple. The golden gong is incredibly powerful. Inside the golden gong, Sun Wukong tried every method he could think of but failed to escape. The gong, a treasure of Maitreya Buddha, was no ordinary object. Whenever Sun Wukong grew or shrank, the gong did the same, leaving no seam or gap. Desperate, he tried using his hairs to form a drill, but to no avail. With no other options, Sun Wukong called upon the gods secretly protecting Tang Sung to help him escape. The gods combined their efforts, lifting, prying, and pushing, but could not move the gong at all. They then sought help from the Jade Emperor. Upon hearing of the trouble facing Tang Sung and his disciples, the Jade Emperor immediately sent the 28 constellations to rescue them. These gods, aware of the yellow eyebrow monster's power, approached the gong quietly, fearing to wake the monster and risk their own lives. Each god used their abilities, some wielded swords, others used spears, to try and pry open a small gap, but they were unsuccessful. Finally, the dragon immortal Kong Jinlong proposed a plan. He would use his horn to push into the gong, allowing Sun Wukong to escape through it. Kong Jinlong shrank his body and his horn to a needle-like point. With tremendous effort, he managed to pierce the gong. However, despite his efforts, the gap was still too small to see. In the end, Sun Wukong managed to escape only by drilling through Kong Jinlong's horn. Once out, Sun Wukong, furious, smashed the golden gong to pieces with his staff. The noise woke up the yellow eyebrow monster, who quickly gathered his wits, donned his armor, beat the war drum, and rallied his demons. Armed and ready, he hurried to the treasure platform. Seeing the shattered gong, he thought, "This Sun Wukong is no joke, I must not underestimate him." He ordered his minions to seal the mountain gates to prevent Sun Wukong from escaping, but it was too late. Sun Wukong and the constellations had already flown into the sky. The yellow eyebrow monster, seething with anger over his destroyed treasure, picked up his short wolf fang club and chased after Sun Wukong, challenging him to a 300-round battle. Sun Wukong, seeing the furious yellow eyebrow monster, responded defiantly, "What kind of creature are you to dare impersonate Buddha?" The yellow eyebrow monster, unfazed by having his ruse exposed, calmly replied, "You ignorant monkey, this place is called Little West, and I am a deity who has attained the true enlightenment. People call me the Yellow Eyebrow Buddha, though some know me as Yellow Eyebrow King or Grandpa Yellow Eyebrow. I knew of your journey to fetch scriptures and of your abilities, so I purposely set this trap to lure you in. If you have the courage, let's make a wager. If you defeat me, I'll let your group continue westward, but if I win, I'll replace you and go to the west to attain the true scriptures myself." The yellow eyebrow monster's ambitions were immense. Unlike other demons who merely coveted Tang Sung's flesh, he desired their mission and future. Sun Wukong, thinking the yellow eyebrow monster was bluffing, readily accepted the challenge, and the two clashed, battling fiercely until the sky darkened. The 28 constellations, along with the gods secretly protecting Xuanzang, also took up their weapons and surrounded the demons at the mountain gate, who were beating gongs, waving flags, and shouting. The demons, terrified, trembled, their hands weakening and their voices faltering. But the yellow eyebrow monster remained unafraid. This was the situation he had hoped for. While battling Sun Wukong with one hand, the yellow eyebrow monster untied a small old white cloth pouch from his waist with the other hand. He threw it into the sky, and in an instant it captured Sun Wukong, along with all the gods and Buddhas. Victorious once more, the yellow eyebrow monster, full of pride, led his demons back to the cave. Upon returning, he ordered his minions to prepare ropes to bind Sun Wukong and all the gods. Because many deities were captured in this battle, the 54th calamity on the journey to the west is known as the gods entrapped. Getting caught while watching the drama. In the middle of the night, Sun Wukong found an opportunity to free everyone, instructing them to leave first while he stayed behind to retrieve the luggage and horses. Transforming into a bat, Sun Wukong searched the layers of the demon's lair and finally found the luggage on the 3rd floor. As he was about to escape with it, the luggage slipped from his grasp and fell, alerting the yellow-brow demon below. Realizing the situation was dire, Sun Wukong abandoned the luggage and fled on his somersault cloud. The yellow-brow demon caught up with Xuanzang's group, shouting, "You can't escape, I'm here." The 28 constellations and other deities prepared for battle, but the yellow-brow demon sneered, summoned 4,000 to 5,000 minions with a whistle, and a fierce fight ensued. Hearing the commotion, Sun Wukong returned, and Zubaji immediately asked, "Where's the luggage?" For once, Sun Wukong had to admit he almost lost his life, and couldn't care about the luggage. After a long battle, night fell, and the yellow-brow demon, growing weary, used his old trick and trapped the deities back into the cloth bag, though Sun Wukong managed to escape. Sun Wukong fought the yellow-brow demon 3 times and lost every time. Now, having escaped alone and with all the gods captured, he was at a loss about where to seek help, overwhelmed with sorrow, and broke down in tears. However, after crying, he knew he had to continue his mission. Sun Wukong went to the supreme primordial heavenly venerate, the demon vanquisher of the Wudang Mountains Tehi Palace, seeking assistance. He recounted his defeats in detail, but the heavenly venerate, stating he had no imperial decree from the Jade Emperor to leave, instead sent his turtle and snake generals, along with 5 divine dragons, to assist Sun Wukong in battle. Meanwhile, the yellow-brow demon, back at his lair, was just discussing with his minions where Sun Wukong might have gone to borrow soldiers, when he heard that Sun Wukong had returned. The yellow-brow demon went out to meet him, disdaining the turtle and snake generals and the 5 divine dragons. When he heard that they intended to destroy all the demons on the mountain, his anger flared, and he picked up his staff to fight. After an hour of intense battle with no clear victor, the yellow-brow demon, growing tired, once again used his cloth bag to capture Sun Wukong's reinforcements. Luckily, Sun Wukong, having learned from experience, escaped early and went to seek help again. This time, he enlisted the help of the young Prince Zhang, a disciple of the Bodhisattva Wang of Sizhou, and the 4 divine generals. Leading his new allies to the demon's lair, Sun Wukong confronted the yellow-brow demon again. The yellow-brow demon asked who they were and what skills they possessed. Prince Zhang, a master of controlling the elements and subduing monsters, was a formidable opponent. Yet, relying on his powers and treasures, the yellow-brow demon showed no fear, not even of Prince Zhang's master. Another fierce battle ensued, but once more the yellow-brow demon took out his cloth bag. Sun Wukong shouted a warning, but the 2 deities didn't grasp his meaning and were captured as well. Now, with 3 groups of reinforcements and dozens of deities all captured, Sun Wukong was in deep despair. But just when things seemed hopeless, Maitreya Buddha appeared. The Buddha explained the yellow-brow demon's origins to Sun Wukong, and revealed the secrets behind the demon's powerful treasures. It turns out that the yellow-brow demon's short and soft wolf-fanged club was actually a mallet used for striking a gong, and the cloth bag was the Buddha's seed bag. The Buddha devised a plan, instructing Sun Wukong to lure the yellow-browed demon out while he disguised himself as a melon farmer. When the yellow-browed demon arrived at the melon field, the Buddha had Sun Wukong transform into a ripe watermelon to tempt the demon into eating it. Worried that the plan might fail, Maitreya Buddha wrote a forbidden character on Sun Wukong's hand with his saliva, ensuring that the yellow-browed demon would be compelled to follow him upon seeing the character. Sun Wukong returned to the mountain gate once more. Unaware that Maitreya Buddha had arrived, the yellow-browed demon, thinking Sun Wukong was out of options and unable to bring any more reinforcements, let his guard down. He even agreed to fight Sun Wukong without using his seed bag. During the fight, Sun Wukong pretended to lose and, according to the plan, led the yellow-browed demon to the melon field. As the demon ate the watermelon, Sun Wukong entered his stomach and began to punch and kick from inside. The yellow-browed demon, in unbearable pain in seeing his master Maitreya Buddha appear, fell to his knees and begged for mercy. In the end, the yellow-browed demon's dream of becoming a Buddha was never realized, and he was taken back by Maitreya Buddha to resume his duties as a servant. Unfortunately, all his subordinate demons were mercilessly slaughtered by Sun Wukong and his fellow disciples.